If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on?
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. Keep going for family.
I'm not family.
No. Cargo.
Why are you so important?
Somewhere out west, they're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a fucking monster.
If she so much as twitches, don't. Don't take me with me. Do what I say when I say it. You got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east. You've come this far, then you know what's out there.
You're not gonna scare us.
Scared him?
Is it hard knowing they were people once?
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Be careful who you put your faith in.
You trust me?
What's going on, everyone? Bobbybarks here, and welcome to my teaser breakdown for next week's episode of HBO's The Last of Us. Do note there are spoilers in here from episode 1, so if you've not started watching the show yet, this is your warning. Firstly, the episode is titled Infected, which I believe means viewers will learn more about the virus, the different stages of infection, and of course how Ellie became the key for the cure. Early images of the teaser show Ellie in a mall, so I'm assuming this will be the episode that focuses on the game's DLC Left Behind. Hopefully the show will follow the DLC and give us a more in-depth look at Ellie's backstory, similar to how episode 1 showed Sarah's day leading into the outbreak. Although not in the teaser, we have seen released images of Ashley Johnson playing Anna, which is Ellie's mum, giving birth to Ellie. Johnson portrayed Ellie in the video games both as the voice actor and for the motion capture. I'm not quite sure if Johnson will feature in episode 2 or not, but it would be an ideal episode to showcase much of how Ellie became who she is. Just for info, other voice actors from the game will also be popping up in the show. Troy Baker, who voiced Joel, will feature, as will Jeffrey Pierce, who voiced Tommy. And if you didn't pick up on the fact that Merle Dandridge, who voiced Marlene, is actually playing Marlene in the show, then now you do. Back to the teaser, and shout out to Callus, everyone's favourite horse in the Last of Us universe. Hopefully we will see Storm Reed in episode 2. Storm is playing Ellie's friend and love interest Riley. Riley's name did pop up in episode 1 when Marlene questioned Ellie about the Fireflies being terrorists. Indication from the teaser would suggest we will, particularly if we get the full Left Behind DLC adaptation on the show. Episode 1 did end with the trio leaving the quarantine zone, and despite getting a nifty little image of a clicker on the skyscraper, I think episode 2 is where we'll see each stage of the infected. For those of you who are unfamiliar, there are 5 key stages of infection. Runner is the first stage. Remember Granny? Yes, how could you forget? Which reminds me, I need to strap Granny Barks down next time I visit. The next stage is Stalker, which we get to see footage of someone in the Stalker stage stuck in the wall. Clickers are the middle stage of infection, and this is where the fungus really takes over the physicality of the body. Clickers are blind, but rely on the sound similar to that of other species, which is why Joel is able to shine torches around the Civil War Museum. Speaking of the Civil War Museum, this is directly from the game, and the replication on the show really does go into the detail. I don't want to give spoilers away for those of you who may not have played the game, but the teaser does offer insight into future supporting characters. Bill and Frank are likely to pop up in episode 2, as once our survivors get out of the city, they end up in small town Lincoln, which is home to Bill and Frank. This is where, if we follow the game, we'll see stage 4 of the infection, bloaters. I remember shitting myself when this big old badass entered the high school gym for the first time in the game. And shamblers are the final stage of the infection. but I'm not quite sure whether these will pop up in episode 2 or even in Season 1, as these were only introduced into The Last of Us Part 2 video game. There is a very unique 6th stage, but in the game we have only ever seen one version of this, and that was the Rat King. Hopefully we'll see that bad boy pop up in future seasons of the show. I'm not sure if our favourite characters will reach Pittsburgh in episode 2, but the teaser does seem to indicate that Sam and Henry will be introduced soon. They do meet these characters in Pittsburgh in the game, but news references from last year suggest this meet will actually take place in Kansas City, with new characters Marlon and Florence seemingly met in Kentucky. Now, I'm from the UK, as you can probably tell from my voice, and I'm no expert in US geography, but I would be surprised if our survivors make it halfway across America in one episode. It's likely some misdirect from either the news articles or from the trailer itself, as we do clearly see scenes from episode 1 in it too. I'm not quite sure who this person is in the scene with Henry and Sam. My initial thoughts are this could be Jeffrey Pierce's character Perry, as this will be a new character introduced for the show and not someone from the game. The relationship between Joel and Ellie doesn't seem to soften straight away. Joel still perceives her as cargo as opposed to a teenage girl, or as part of his immediate family. We didn't really get any closure to episode 1 from the revelation of Ellie being immune, so this is likely to be the first discussion point for episode 2. If you think I've missed anything, or you have any theories about what could happen in episode 2, then please do comment below. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you all in the next one. Bye for now.